Thank you very much for earlier. I felt quite nervous, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to meet you. I look forward to building a happy family together with Gabriel from now on. I hope we can rely on your support in the years ahead. Wait a minute. I think you're misunderstanding something. Pardon me? Who expressed approval of you marrying my son? What do you mean? Nobody said it's okay for you to marry my son, right? As far as I recall, even my husband didn't mention anything about your marriage. Please, don't make assumptions, okay? No way. Today, we came to seek approval for Gabriel and my marriage. Since everything went smoothly, I was considering starting to plan the wedding, but... Oh, really? Don't make me laugh. We come from a long line of beautiful wives, you know? We don't approve of marrying someone who's not attractive. What? Didn't you hear what my husband said? What did he say? He said, "I'm sorry, but you need to get the hell out of here." He's so timid. He should have said it louder. Oh no, I didn't notice at all. I wish you could sense the atmosphere at least. Marrying into our family with that level of unattractiveness is absolutely out of the question. Dad feels the same way, so there's no chance for you to marry my son. That's really harsh. Gabriel and I have been living together for over a year. He always compliments me. He has never said such a terrible thing to me. And yet... Ah, that child has no sense of judgment. Huh? So today was more about us evaluating you. It wasn't really about getting to know you. What a misunderstanding that was. But we are adults. The decision to marry or not is ultimately up to Gabriel and me, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's why Gabriel has decided. Decided about what? I've been telling you. The marriage with you isn't going to happen. We both already decided to get married. We've loved each other for so long. We talked about getting married. So we came to see you for your blessings. You may have thought so, but my son felt differently. Huh? He seemed to have become anxious about whether it's okay to proceed with the marriage as it stands. What made him feel that way? Of course it's about whether you're attractive or not. If you're not attractive, I want to reconsider the marriage. I'll tell my son about this instead. What? You didn't pass because you're not attractive enough. Excuse me? Are you being serious? I can't believe Gabriel's mother is such a terrible person. Obviously. Why would I joke about such a thing? Wait a minute. Does Gabriel truly feel that way? Did he genuinely mean what he said? That's right. If you think it's a lie, you should ask Gabriel directly. After all, we're Gabriel's parents, you know. We're just here to support him. Well, in that case, would it mean breaking off the engagement? You're right. I don't think breaking off the engagement is the right term here, since there might not have been an engagement to begin with. What? It's too one-sided. You really believed you were good enough for my son, didn't you? What do you mean? My son works for an elite company and lives in a nice apartment. He's out of your league. You should have been aware of that and refrained yourself. It's because you shamelessly clung to my son that things turned out like this. Talk about being oblivious to your own station. What? You came to our apartment? Of course! My son showed me around. You two were sneaking around when I'm not home? I can't believe both you and Gabriel. Oh, my husband was with us too. What? Living in such a luxurious apartment, even if it's a rental, seems a bit extravagant for someone like you. My son deserves a woman who matches that level of lifestyle, don't you think? Wow. What I'm trying to say is, I'm looking for a suitable partner for my son. Huh? Well, I already have someone in mind. She's a nice girl from a good family, and she suits my son way better than you do. That's terrible. Oh, was that necessary? If you truly love Gabriel, you should confront reality. Acknowledge your shortcomings and gracefully step back. You'll never be enough for my son. What a dreadful family. I'm utterly disillusioned now. Well, I believe it's quite common for parents to wish for their son's happiness. Don't you agree? I've heard enough. Excuse me. Mom? Hi, Miranda. What's wrong? I thought you were meeting with Gabriel's parents today. Yeah. You must have been nervous. Yeah. My little girl is getting married. You were so tiny, and now you're all grown up. I'm sure your father in heaven is happy and relieved too. He used to worry if you could get married, because you were quite a tomboy. I see. I don't remember much about it. I don't blame you. That was a long time ago. We worked so hard together after your father passed away. We were a good team. I'm going to be a little sad, but I'll be happy if you'll be happy. That's the thing, Mom. Is everything okay? I'm not getting married anymore. Wait, what do you mean? The engagement is called off. Why? You and Gabriel were so in love. Well, this is what happened. Miranda, you suddenly stopped responding to me without finishing our conversation. Are you breaking off the engagement with my son? We're already in the process of arranging his marriage. Arrangement? So that's what he wants to do? You haven't talked to him about it yet? He hasn't been home in a while now. There's no way I can talk to him, even if I wanted to. Isn't that clear enough for you? He doesn't want to deal with you. He probably feels bad and just wants to keep everything low-key. You don't get that? What? Isn't it excessively harsh to unilaterally break off the engagement without even having a conversation? That's too much. There are a lot of women who want to marry my son. What? He works for a well-known company nationwide, right? And with his dedication, he's on track for a significant promotion. Women in the world wouldn't just overlook a man who can work and earn money, would they? So, you know what? It seems that among the women I had my eye on, there's someone who fits my son's taste. Did you really have to tell me that? You wanted me to call off the engagement for some dumb reason. I can't even talk to Gabriel. And yet, a woman who fits him appears? What's going on with that? Well, that's just how it is. I hope you've come to your senses. You can't be a part of our family. You're not suitable. A man like my son, who works for a well-known company with a high income, should marry a woman who is worthy of it. I see. You have no idea who I am, do you? Huh? What are you talking about? You're just the woman that got dumped by my son. Please don't think this will end here. I don't want to get involved with you again. Likewise. Miranda, long time no see. Are you still living in the apartment? That's the reason you reached out? You really are a piece of shit.
Whoa, calm down. Can you please move out there as soon as possible?
Huh?
Actually, I'm marrying the woman my mom introduced me to. We've already set a date for the wedding.
I see. I had no idea you were that kind of person. I'm blindsided.
And we're going to move into that fancy apartment after the wedding. We need to prepare things for the house, so please leave as soon as possible.
You're really clueless, aren't you?
I understand that you're frustrated.
Huh?
You were supposed to marry me, but you weren't good looking enough, so... I know you were dreaming about marrying me, but oh well.
Get over yourself. I'm grateful that this happened.
Stop acting tough.
Don't ever reach out to me again. I don't want anything to do with you.
Likewise. Just a quick reminder. Don't you ever think of crawling back to me and asking me to marry you. Blame your parents for being ugly.
How much of a piece of shit are you?
Hey, Gabriel just called me. He said you got him fired from his company. He's about to get married. He can't lose his job. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. I'm sure Gabriel saw that coming.
What do you mean?
You know the company that he used to work for? I work there too.
What?
My mother is also the CEO of that company.
What? She's the CEO?
Yeah, she is. It was my father's company, but after he fell sick and passed away, my mother decided to run the company after him. I believe it was my mother's hard work that made the company successful.
But why is Gabriel fired?
You really don't know anything, do you?
Huh?
He was fired from his previous company.
Fired?
He was often late and had a bad work ethic. He was always on his phone playing games during work hours. Since his sales performance wasn't improving, and considering his attitude, his boss finally gave up on him.
I didn't know anything about that.
I mean, it doesn't look good for him, so why would he tell you?
Then how does he work for your company?
Because of my mother. She doesn't want me to marry someone who's unemployed.
Why would she revoke it if she was the one who offered it? You said something unnecessary, didn't you?
I didn't say anything unnecessary. I was just being honest about what had happened since our meeting. It's my mother, you know.
You probably shouldn't have said anything. Now Gabriel is fired.
Pardon me?
Convince the CEO to give his job back.
You want me to do that? Why would I do such a thing? Why would this company hire a man who doesn't have the guts to handle business himself? You've got to be kidding me.
You're enjoying this, huh? You enjoy seeing Gabriel getting depressed, don't you?
Huh? That's not my thing. You're the one who finds pleasure in others' misfortune. You call me ugly, and you say I'm not good enough for your son. You said I can't be a part of your family because I'm not attractive enough. Those are words that can simply hurt someone's feelings. How can you say such things?
Ugh, we're not getting anywhere with this. I'll talk to your mother directly.
Sure, go ahead.
Excuse me, are you the CEO? I'm Gabriel's mother.
Yes, I am. Gabriel's mother. Karen, right? How can I help you?
I heard that my son got fired.
That's right. Before my daughter's marriage, I learned that your son was terminated from his previous job. I didn't want my daughter to marry someone without employment, so I extended an offer of employment to him. However, Given the recent events surrounding the engagement and your conversation with my daughter, it seems there's no longer a reason for him to remain with my company.
But please, it was Miranda's fault.
How is it my daughter's fault?
Well, Miranda has been disrespecting and mistreating my son who lost his job. Moreover, she has shown anger towards the notion of being with an unemployed man, engaging in promiscuous behavior. Given these circumstances, it's understandable that my son would want to end the engagement. It likely wasn't an easy decision for him. However, I found it strange that he was fired, prompting me to contact you. Could you please reconsider rescinding the job offer? I'm begging you.
Miranda did that?
Yes. Maybe not around you. That's the kind of woman she is.
That's odd, because as soon as she learned he was fired, she came to me seeking help for him. The next day, she approached the executives, seeking their approval. It's hard to believe that Miranda would act in such a manner towards Gabriel, especially considering what she did for him. She was genuinely looking forward to working with him.
Oh, really? Gabriel never mentioned anything about that to me.
Well, it's not looking good for him right now. It was Gabriel who betrayed Miranda's kindness, not the other way around. So why would I hire Gabriel?
Well, then he'll end up unemployed.
Actually, I happen to know the president of the company where Gabriel used to work. From what I've heard, he had quite a bad track record. Tardiness, unauthorized absences, lack of seriousness, and intimidation of colleagues. He faced numerous internal complaints, and it seems his boss finally decided to fire him. Unfortunately, Gabriel didn't seem to understand the reason for his dismissal, did he?
Is that true? Gabriel did all that?
Yes. Ma'am, I don't think any employer would hire someone with a bad track record, right? Before you approach me directly, wouldn't it be more prudent to focus on re-educating your son?
What?
Do me a favor. Please refrain from contacting me or my daughter in the future. Thank you and goodbye.
Miranda.
What's up? How did it go talking to my mother?
Well, about that, she seems very upset.
Absolutely. Any mother would feel upset after being told such an outrageous story. Besides, Gabriel has always had a bad reputation. No company would hire someone like that.
Then what about his future? He's about to get married.
That's none of my business. Let me tell you another thing. That apartment that you liked so much, it was under my name.
Huh?
Just think about it. How can a man who gets fired at his job and has no savings can afford it? I'm canceling the lease at the end of this month. Please make sure to inform Gabriel about that.
Oh no.
The other day, your son reached out to me telling me to move out of the apartment. Is he out of his mind? Just to clarify, I highly doubt there are any landlords willing to lease a property to someone without a job.
Then where are they going to live?
That sounds like their problem. I have nothing to do with that.
No savings? No job? No place to live? How does he plan to support himself after getting married?
Well, I guess we'll see.
Please, I beg you. Can you help him even just to find a job? Please, talk to your mother and ask her to reconsider.
No way. Our company is made up of diligent employees, and the atmosphere is very peaceful. We can't let an arrogant person like Gabriel into such an environment. I decline.
Don't say that.
You lived with him, right? You loved him, right? You wanted to marry him, remember? Then help him. I don't care if you marry my son. Do you think I'm stupid? You're ugly, so I reject you. You don't fit into our family. Those are the exact words you told me. So why would I even consider helping your son? You've got to be kidding me. Miranda, please. I would never help you guys in my life. Please do not contact me again. I will ask for compensation from you and your son. Compensation? Yes, since I couldn't even talk to him in person, and the engagement was called off unilaterally without any reason, you know. No way. There's no way he can pay you. My mother already hired a good lawyer, so just talk to our lawyer. That's troublesome. Remember what I told you? Huh? I told you, don't think this will just end easily. Well then, let's leave it to the law. I'll block all your contact information from now on. Oh, please give my regards to your son. Miranda, wait! I'm not done talking! Miranda! After Gabriel lost his job and was unable to stay in the apartment due to it not being in his name, his fiancée decided to call off the marriage outright. Given the unstable circumstances, it's a logical decision. Gabriel, being forced to leave the apartment, reluctantly returned to his parents' home. However, with Gabriel unable to cover his living expenses and the compensation, relying solely on Karen's pension, they had to sell their family home. Now, they seem to be living modestly with the remaining money from the sale, but it's only a matter of time before they run out. I don't know what will happen to them next. Well, it's no longer my concern. I am working as hard as I can for the company, cooperating with my mother. I'm also excited about the prospect of being promoted to department manager soon, which adds even more meaning to my work. Hey Mom, how are you doing? Kyle? What have you been doing without even a single call? How is Isabella? Oh, actually, we had a baby. What? When was it born? A baby? Why didn't you tell me until now? You should have told me. A lot had been going on, so I didn't have time to tell you. What do you mean you didn't have time to tell me? Please, explain. My company is in financial trouble, and our income has dropped dramatically. I had to have Isabella work full-time, even though she was having morning sickness, and I couldn't take maternity or paternity leave. What? I didn't know you were in trouble. Why didn't you talk to me about it earlier? Of course I was working, but it wasn't enough to make a living for ourselves. So we were both mentally and physically exhausted. We were struggling to live day to day. I didn't have enough energy to even talk to you about it. Were you in that much trouble? Yes, we were. And then, just before the baby was born, my company went bankrupt. Oh my! I didn't know anything. So, I had to put Isabella to work right after the baby was born. What? I didn't know you guys were going through such a hard time. Why didn't you tell me sooner? A woman who just had a baby should be resting, both physically and mentally. If you push her too hard, it will affect her health. I know, so I'm going to get a better paying part-time job, while I'm looking for a real job, of course. I can think of some places to get a job. Do you want me to talk to them? No, I need the money as soon as possible, so I'm going to start working part-time right away. I want to find a job on my own. I see.
So, I have a favor to ask you.
What?
I've got a job interview on short notice tomorrow, and I was wondering if you could take care of the baby for me.
What?
I can't ask Isabella anymore. I mean, I shouldn't be asking her to do more, should I? I thought about daycare, but there's no daycare center that will take care of a newborn, so...
That's fine. I'd be happy to take care of my adorable grandchild. In return, please find a new job as soon as possible. Please let Isabella rest.
I know. Oh, but please don't tell her about this, okay?
Why?
She is very concerned about the child.
Of course.
So, if she finds out I left the baby with you and went to work part-time, she might say she's going to quit her job.
Well, that's what a mother would do.
I don't want her to be bothered any more than she already is. So I was wondering if you could help me.
I understand if that's what you mean. Anyway, you should look for a new job right away. Of course, I'll take care of the baby while you're working part-time.
Thanks, Mom. Hey, Mom, could you take the baby again?
I don't have any plans, so it's fine. But more importantly, haven't you found a job yet? You can't spend forever working part-time, you know?
I know. I've got a couple of companies lined up, but I'm just being cautious. I'm just trying to find the best job since I'm having Isabella working hard. I want her to quit her job so she can focus on raising our child.
Well, that's true. I'm sorry to hear that Isabella is struggling too. I still think I should talk to the company I know.
No, that's okay.
You should get every help you can. A father of the family can't just leave the baby to someone. I feel so bad for Isabella. If there's anything I can do to help...
Mom, we're making good progress. Just give me a little more time. I have my own ideas, and I have my own pride.
Pride? This is not the time to be talking about pride. Isabella has been working full-time ever since she gave birth. That's not normal.
I know. I feel bad for her too. That's why I've been working part-time and looking for a job every day.
I know, but...
I got some special certifications during my last job, so I think I might be able to get a good job. And I want a job with the best conditions. That's why it's taking some time. But I'll get the job for sure in time.
Oh, yeah?
Besides, I think Isabella would be shocked if she finds out that you know about the situation. I'm sure she wasn't planning for this to happen. And since you're trying so hard to keep quiet about it, I want you to leave her alone.
Well, if that's how you feel, then I guess I should just leave her alone. I understand. Anyway, I hope you get a job as soon as possible.
Thanks, Mom. And thank you for taking care of the baby.
Hey, Kyle. You haven't found a job yet? It's been almost 2 months. I'm getting tired of it every day.
Sorry, Mom. I'm sorry for taking away your freedom, but I'm almost done.
Really?
We're in the middle of negotiations, and it looks like it's going to work out.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, now I can ask Isabella to quit her job. Then, I won't have to ask you to take care of the baby anymore. It's better for the baby to be with Isabella.
That's true. I can't wait for you to do that for Isabella.
Yeah, so I have one more favor to ask of you.
What is it?
Can you lend me some money?
What?
I've been working really hard, but it's a part-time, you know? I don't think I have enough money to live on, and we are in trouble. Isabella is a little depressed because she's got money worries on top of her job, so I can't keep bothering her any longer.
Yeah?
Is that what's happening? You've been making her work since right after the baby was born. It's no wonder. That's not good. I'm worried about her condition, so maybe I should talk to her myself. I can take care of the baby there. That's no good. Why not? I'm worried. I told you before, didn't I? She's very worried that you might find out about this. If she finds out, it'll be worse. We don't have time for this kind of talk anymore, do we? Besides, it's not her fault. You're my son, you're causing me trouble, and I can't pretend I don't know about it. No, I think this is a marital problem. We have to somehow get past this by talking it over between the two of us. If we don't, she said there's no bright future for us. So, can you lend me some money? I'll pay you back as soon as I get my job. Okay. If you insist, I can help you out a little. Can I give it to you when I pick you up? Yeah, that would be great. Please do. Mom, please take the baby today too. I know it's short notice, but I'm in a hurry. Wait a minute. I thought I told you I had something to do today. I have to go out too, so I can't take care of the baby today. What? But there's a sudden absent at work and they're short on staff. Even if it's a part-time job, I'm obligated to help them, don't you think? I have my own schedule too, you know. I'm going on an overnight trip to a spa with a friend from college. It's something we do once a year, and it's my favorite trip. I'm sorry, but I can't make it today. What? A trip to a spa? Why don't you ask them to move the date? Don't be selfish. I told you in advance. I'm working. What's more important, your entertainment or my job? I have a life to live, you know. I've been in this situation for almost 3 months now. You can't do this to me. If you can't get a job, I'll talk to Isabella about it. Besides, today is the day of the trip, right? I can't cancel on the same day. I just talked with my friend yesterday. What's more important to you? A trip to a spa or your grandchild? How can you compare them? I have my own life. No matter how much I love your grandchild, this is different. Don't you care what happens to my family? I do care about your family, but the baby will be 3 months old soon, and I don't think he should be with me all the time. You want Isabella to get sick? I do not. Right. That's the reason why I'm asking you to do it. Anyway, I can't be late because it's work. What? I just got there and I put the baby in front of the door. Don't forget to take care of the rest. Wait a minute! Kyle, you can't do that. Kyle! Isabella? Answer the phone.
Wendy, good morning. I was on the train and didn't look at my phone. What's wrong?
Something is wrong. You left your newborn baby with me.
What?
It's irresponsible to leave your baby here with me for 3 days.
What are you talking about?
What? Don't you pretend you don't know about it. You didn't contact me even once. Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant or that you had given birth?
What?
I know my son is giving you a hard time. I know that you work very hard to protect him. I also understand that you don't want me to know about it. But you left your newborn baby at my house day after day after day. You are leaving your newborn baby at my house every day. And now, you're leaving him here for 3 days. Thanks to you, I even had to turn down a trip to a spa with my friends.
Wendy, wait a minute. Kyle is giving me a hard time? I'm working to cover for him? In addition, what do you mean I'm leaving my child with you? I don't have a baby.
What?
What on earth are you talking about?
You don't have to hide anymore. I've been taking care of your child for 3 months now. Aren't you being too irresponsible as a mother? Kyle told me to keep quiet because he doesn't want you to worry, but I can't take it anymore.
Wendy, I really don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Huh? How long are you going to keep pretending you know nothing?
I go to work as usual, and I'm working as usual. What kind of trouble is Kyle causing me? There's been no change in our family. If there is, I would say that my overtime work has increased a little.
What?
My salary has gone up just a little bit, so I'm feeling a sense of fulfillment. I would like to have children, but it's not going to work out smoothly. But I'm trying to have a baby.
What do you mean? I'm taking care of your baby right now, and for 3 days. Who is this child?
What? Who's the child? That's the question I want to ask. I haven't had a baby, and there's no sign of it. That's why I can devote myself to my work.
Then, what is it that Kyle was talking about? Who is this child?
Wendy, calm down and tell me more details.
Okay.
Kyle, what are you doing now?
Huh? Of course I'm working. I told you I'm away on a business trip for a while. I'm on my lunch break right now.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Does it have to be now?
Yeah. I'm going to report the baby to the police that your mother is keeping.
What?
You said that I gave birth to this baby. How is that possible? I don't remember being pregnant, and I don't remember giving birth. I'm living the same life as before. Your mother insists that it's our baby, so I thought I'd call the police.
Why?
Why? I'm the one who wants to know. I talked to your mother. When did I give birth? And I'm living the same life. You told her that I'm depressed because I'm working full-time instead of you who lost a job.
Wait a minute. There's some kind of misunderstanding.
I know. Well then, I'll go to the police myself with a strange baby.
Wait a minute. It's not. It's not a stranger's baby.
Huh? What do you mean? Will you explain it to me? Tell me so your mother and I can understand.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you everything properly. Just don't take the baby to the police.
Well, that depends on what you say.
The baby I left with my mother is...
What?
The child of a woman I cheated on you.
What? The child of a woman you cheated on me?
Actually, I've been having an affair. You work a lot of overtime, so I thought you wouldn't notice.
Huh? Since when?
Since you started working late, I'd say about 10 months ago. I felt lonely going home with no lights on. I met her while I was out drinking.
Oh no.
When I met her, she had just found out she was pregnant. Her husband is a busy guy who worked from morning till midnight. She was very anxious and lonely, so we hit it off right away.
You mean you cheated on me while she was pregnant?
Yeah, and after the baby was born, I couldn't take her on dates, and we talked about it. I came up with the idea of asking my mom to take care of the baby. You hadn't seen my mom since you got busy, so I thought, if I asked her to keep it a secret, you wouldn't find out.
So you told your mother not to tell me?
Well, yeah.
Huh? What happened to your job?
I quit.
Huh? When?
About a month ago. My sales performance wasn't good enough. My boss lectured me day in and day out. I don't deserve to take such complaints when I'm working so hard. I got angry and left the company.
You were so disgusting.
We'll be able to live on my savings for a while. I was going to get a new job before I ran out of money.
Yeah? You mean you've been playing with your savings?
I have been paying the bills, right? I just spent the rest of the money little by little.
What do you mean? What about the last 3 days? Why did you leave the baby on your mother's doorstep?
Her husband suddenly decided to go on a business trip, so we decided to make a short trip. I had time to make a reservation for the airplane, so I left the baby with my mom first thing in the morning.
That woman must be out of her mind. She left the baby she gave birth to. She is not a mother. That's impossible as a mother, isn't it? No wonder your mother is going crazy. What in the world were you two thinking?
I thought it would work out without being caught.
You disgust me to no end. There's no way you could get your mother involved and not get caught. I heard you borrowed some money from her too?
Yeah, I had to borrow money from her to pay for the trip.
You're the worst.
The only reason this happened in the first place is because you're working all the time, right? You come home, it's dark, dinner's not even ready, you don't even know what time you're gonna be home. Would you want to go back home like that?
Huh? Listen to yourself. Your income decreased because of your poor sales performance. I had no choice but to work overtime to make ends meet. And you cheated on me? Even your mother would be annoyed.
That's not true. She told me how cute the baby was. She thought she had a real grandbaby and took great care of him. It gave her excitement in her life. And the money was for the baby, so what's the problem?
What do you think your mother's kindness meant to you? Enough is enough.
What?
Let's get a divorce.
What are you talking about? I'm not getting a divorce.
You have no right to say that. You're still with the woman you cheated on your wife with, aren't you? I have no intention of staying married to someone who deceives his wife and mother.
Wait a minute. I'm not going to continue the relationship with her forever because she has a baby.
Huh? How selfish are you? The other person has a husband and a child, right? What about him?
Well, I'm sure they'll get back together eventually.
Huh?
I just had an affair for a little while, you know. You don't have to divorce me.
I can't trust you anymore. You even went to our joint savings, didn't you?
What?
After I asked your mother what happened, it occurred to me to look into it. And then, the money we had saved for a future child and the purchase of a home, and it was almost all gone. I was very shocked. I was even more shocked that it had disappeared to go on a date with the woman you had been cheating on me.
No, I was going to put it back as soon as I got a new job. I'm not going to leave it at that.
There's no way you're going to be able to pay back all the money I've piled up over the years right away, is there? Stop lying on the spur of the moment. Your mother has agreed to the divorce. She's been watching this text right next to me.
What? My mother?
She also said she's breaking off the relationship with you, of course. You made her take care of a child she's not related to, saying he's her grandchild. You even asked her for money when I was having a hard time making ends meet. But in fact, you did it to cheat on me. I feel sorry for your mother too.
Wait a minute. From now on, I'll work diligently and work hard for you and Mom. So please forgive me for this time. Please.
You don't have to come back home or her house anymore. Please go wherever you want with your unfaithful partner.
You're kidding, right? Really, wait a minute.
I'm not lying. Then, just now, your mother took the baby to the police. As a result, the cheating mother is coming to pick him up.
Huh? If you do that, she's going to be in a lot of trouble.
I don't care. She took care of a complete stranger's child, so she did what she had to do. I'll have you talk to a lawyer from now on.
Lawyer? Why? Please don't do this.
I don't want to see or talk to a traitor like you ever again. Then, I'm going to have to block all your contact information.
Oh no. So, this is it? Wait a minute. I'm not getting a divorce.
After that, I left the apartment I was living in with only the necessary luggage before Kyle came home. He came home from his trip in a hurry. He said I was already gone at the apartment, and when he went to his mother's house, she wouldn't even let him in the front door. The woman with whom he was having an affair naturally found out about the affair from her husband. As a result, Kyle and the woman ended up being sued for alimony by both me and her husband. The alimony from the cheating partner was immediately paid by her parents. She said she caused a lot of trouble for everyone, and she was forced to take her newborn baby back to her parents' home. Kyle, on the other hand, had used up all of his savings and had no job. He could not continue to live in the apartment and moved into a small, inexpensive apartment. He is now working several part-time jobs to pay his alimony. I'm going to ask him to keep paying until he pays off everything. I moved closer to the company, and I'm continuing to work as usual. The revelation of Kyle's affair was a surprise to me, and I was unable to recover from the shock for a while. But I am finally over it, and I'm able to work as hard as ever again. From now on, I am thinking of saving money for myself.
Is this Mr. Tobin's wife?
Yes, it is. Who is this?
This is Detective Jack from the police.
Police? Did something happen? I mean, does the police send a text message like this?
Yes, we do. We use all kinds of information networks to protect the safety of all citizens. That's how it is nowadays.
I see. It's amazing that we live in such an era.
We do not want to put people at risk. We take safety measures every day.
The police are amazing. So, what can I do for you?
Yes, actually, it's about your husband.
My husband?
Yes, ma'am. We have to arrest your husband for a $100 million investment scam.
$100 million? Investment scam? That's impossible. There must be some mistake. My husband is not a scammer.
I understand how you're feeling. That's what people usually say. You've been living a normal life trusting your husband. I know it sounds crazy to hear he is a scammer all of a sudden.
It sure does. My husband is a very diligent and honest man. It's hard to believe that he would cheat for $100 million.
That's how all the scammers are like. If he was looking suspicious, then a scam wouldn't be successful. The more diligent and sincere a person like your husband is, the easier it is to fool others.
I see.
I see? This is not the time to be impressed, you know? Your husband is guilty of a very serious crime.
Right. I never knew my husband had guts to do such thing. I'm very shocked.
I feel sorry for you, ma'am. Your husband has two sides. I'm sure this comes as a great shock to you. But I'm asking you to let us deal with your husband.
I want to believe him, and I haven't even spoken to him yet. I can't just hand him over.
The longer you wait, the worse your husband's guilt will be. Is that what you want?
No. Then what should I do? Isn't there any other choice but to hand my husband over to you?
There is a way.
What? I'll do anything, so please tell me what I can do.
The victim is willing to accept a settlement.
How is that possible when $10 million has been stolen?
I guess the victim has a big heart, which is a good thing for your husband.
What?
If he returns $100,000, The victim is willing to accept the settlement.
100,000 for 10 million? That doesn't make any sense.
It seems that 10 million that your husband took was money that he couldn't reveal to public. That's why they decided to settle for $100,000.
Oh, you mean that the money was dangerous to begin with?
That seems to be the case.
So the victim is also suspicious?
That's what I think. Maybe it was lucky for you, ma'am.
Then why don't you arrest him first? It was the victim who had the money that shouldn't have, right? Isn't that what you should be doing before arresting my husband?
That's not how it works. The other party is the victim.
I see. It all sounds so fishy.
That's how it is, you know.
Isn't this a scam?
What?
I'm starting to feel like I'm the one who is being cheated here. I'm gradually getting the feeling that I am.
No, ma'am, that's not true. I'm a police officer. I would never do anything to deceive the citizens.
But I find it hard to believe that the police would send a text message on WhatsApp to an individual. I've never heard of it.
The world is always evolving. I told you earlier.
Who the heck are you? Do I know you?
Of course not. I am a police officer and my name is Jack.
Is it possible for a police officer to cheat someone out of $100,000? If it's fraud, it's a felony.
What? Even if I did, I didn't receive the cash, so it's not a crime, right?
Have you ever heard of attempted fraud?
Of course I have, but this is a proposal to solve the case, so it can't be a crime. And I'm a police officer, remember? There is no way I am deceiving you. Your husband is an investment scammer.
I see. Then let me speak with your superior officer.
What?
Because there's $10 million at stake, and my husband is involved. Then I would like to speak with your superior. I'd like to know how it happened. I'm not convinced that all my husband needs is only $100,000 to settle the case.
No, I'm in charge of this case. I can't put my superior officer in trouble.
I haven't asked you yet. Which police department are you assigned to?
I can't tell you that, because it's a top secret investigation.
No matter how top secret it is, the police always reveal their identities, don't they? It's absolutely suspicious if you don't. This is a fraud, aren't you?
What nonsense are you talking? I'm a police officer.
I see. Then may I identify the source of WhatsApp?
What? Don't you even think about it. You'll get hurt badly.
Huh? Do police officers talk so arrogantly? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Shut up. Then I'll tell you the truth. I'm not a police officer.
You were trying to trick me after all, weren't you?
Yes, I was. Now that you know it's a fake, let's get you to pay up quickly.
Who are you? Do you know my husband?
Yeah, well, sort of. Peter, right?
Yes, but did my husband give you my WhatsApp account?
No, it's your gambler dad who told me.
What? My father?
Yeah, you better do something about your dad.
Well, my father has his own life, so why should I pay you $100,000?
Because I'm a scammer. It's just that scammers get paid. I heard your husband started a successful business after college. I mean, he's a president, right?
Well, something like that.
Then, you can get $100,000 right away, can't you? Tell your husband. Tell him that his wife is in danger if he doesn't pay $100,000 right away.
Wow, so that's how scammers threaten people. I've never seen it before outside of TV. It's surprisingly educational.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I still have some chores to do. Can I be excused?
You've got to be kidding me. Well, don't think this is going to end like this. It's been 2 days since then. Are you ready for the money by now?
There's no way we have $100,000.
Why not? Your husband is a president, isn't he?
We don't have it, and that's it.
I had a feeling you would say that, so I just destroyed your car. Ha 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 ha.
What?
A luxury car like that doesn't suit a woman like you who doesn't have $100,000.
That's terrible. Why did you do that?
I'm doing my job. I'll use every means at my disposal until I get paid.
That's horrible. That's how you make them fall for it, isn't it?
Well, yeah. If they just do what I say, I'll end it. If not, maybe the cat is next.
Huh?
You have a cat in your house, don't you? You have a high-class cat.
You mean May? She's like our child.
Then you'd better come up with $100,000 before May gets hurt.
That's...
It's a small price to pay to save a high-class cat, right? If your husband's a president, $100,000 is a small price to pay. If you give away the money, I'll give you back your luxury cat.
Any president wouldn't have a penny to give to someone like you. Everyone works hard and earns money as a result of hard work. I can't allow you to take it.
I see. Well then, I guess I don't have a choice, do I? You'd better be prepared for May. How do you feel now? How does it feel to lose your precious kitty? In the first place, your house is too insecure, you know. It was like going into my own house. It was an easy job. Ha 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 ha.
Is May safe?
Yeah, for now. See? You can hear the cat meowing, can't you?
Thank God. Please return my precious May.
I'm not giving her back for free. I'll give you back in exchange for $100,000.
Understood. I'll deposit the money now. Please tell me where to transfer it.
Are you nuts?
Huh?
There's no way a genius scammer like me would do such a thing.
What do you mean?
If I let you transfer the money, it will be traced back to me, right?
What am I supposed to do then?
You're going to have to bring it to me directly.
Huh? Where?
Anywhere I tell you.
Okay. I'll do exactly as you say, and please don't hurt May.
All right, all right. Well then, get the $100,000 ready right away. I'll contact you shortly. Are you ready?
The money's ready.
Okay. Then go to the locker at the station. Put the money in the bag inside the locker. The key to the locker is in Peter's name at the coffee shop next door. Go get the key and open the locker.
Okay.
Don't even think about calling the police, okay? If I see the police, I'll hurt your cat right there.
No, I would never do that. I put the money while I was on the WhatsApp. What should I do next?
A guy's been hanging around behind you since a while ago. He's not a police, is he?
No, I don't think so.
You try anything funny and you'll never see your cat again, okay?
I'm aware of that.
Then leave the station.
Okay.
Go 300 meters to the left. There's a vending machine. There's an envelope under it. Take it out.
Okay, here it is. There's a key inside.
See the parking lot across the street from the vending machine? There's a white car there. Open it. Put the bag in the back seat. Put the key in the glove box.
Okay, I did as you said.
Okay, then you go back to the station and go home. No mistakes, right?
Definitely. I did as you said. By the way, where's May?
Don't worry. You'll see the little kids area where you just walked in. I put her in a basket on a bench there. Go right away.
Yes, of course, I'll go.
Hey, what's this all about? Reply. Hey,
What is it?
what the heck are you thinking?
What is it? Oh, the cat is safe and sound. I'm glad to see she's doing well.
Don't be silly. There was no money in the bag.
Huh? But I did put the money in the bag.
What? All the dollar bills are toy money. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I'm very serious, Jack. You should have worked for a pharmaceutical company.
What? Why? Why do you know where I work?
It's my profession.
Huh?
I'm actually a police officer.
What?
I used my professional authority and information network.
You? You were a police officer? According to your gambling-loving dad's information, you are a full-time housewife, and your husband started his own business and became the president. And you, his wife, are living comfortably. Are you saying your father was lying?
Oh, that may be so. My father has bad taste, doesn't he?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Actually, the car you destroyed wasn't my car. It was my father's car.
Huh?
And the expensive cat is not mine. It's my mother's cat.
What? I have no idea what's going on here. Have I lost my mind?
Besides, you're not an acquaintance of my husband's, are you?
What?
At first, you said my husband was a $10 million investment scammer, right? But that's absolutely impossible.
Why?
My husband passed away last year.
What?
You don't even know that, so there's no way you knew my husband.
What do you mean?
Who is the president of the company that started the business? My husband was in a car accident while chasing a criminal.
Does that mean your husband was a police officer too?
Yes. I can't forgive you for trying to cheat me out of $100,000 by using my husband.
Oh no. I didn't know anything. I just heard he was a businessman, a president.
My husband is not the kind of person to go to a restaurant and make friends with people.
I don't know anything about that.
You met him somewhere by chance. Overheard some conversation. You followed my husband, didn't you? Then, you saw the house he lived in and mistakenly thought he was the president. That's about it, isn't it?
That's...
You didn't know? You think you can get away from all this for that reason? You tried to cheat people out of their money, you know? By the way, my parents are police officers too.
Huh?
And that house was also built by my parents. Probably the day you followed my husband was when he happened to be staying at his parents' house for work.
What the... You mean it all started with my misunderstanding? What the heck?
The last time I saw my husband probably more than a year ago. So why now?
There's a lot of reasons. I went to that house to narrow down the target. I saw him talking to your father. I thought you were having an affair. I followed your dad to get some information from him. He started gambling, which made it easier for me to talk to him. And that's how I got the information.
Well, I guess that's about it. I think my dad was on a stakeout for some reason. When you spoke to him, he took one look at you and thought you were up to something, and tactfully gave you my contact information on purpose.
Huh? So I was completely set up?
Well, I guess that's what it is.
Why didn't you reveal yourself earlier?
That would have spoiled the whole investigation, wouldn't it? You jumped in on your own. I'm so glad you jumped in and saved me the trouble. I was really lucky.
Oh no. But well, you knew what was going on, and you didn't pay the actual money. It's not like I'm guilty of anything. I'm just playing with the dollar bills, which is a toy. I appreciate that. Then I guess we'll never see each other again.
No way. We know exactly where you are.
What? How?
Do you think the police are stupid? Don't you dare to underestimate our investigation. How much have you ripped people off so far?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? You're looking at a long journey.
How's that?
Because you keep cheating people. Evil will always be found out. Can't you even understand that? You're underestimating life too much.
You know what? I was totally played by you, and all I got was the toy money. Just let me off the hook for the sake of our relationship.
Huh? I don't remember going out with you.
We've talked on WhatsApp many times, haven't we? I've even been allowed to visit your parents' house from time to time. It's like we've been acquaintances for a while, right? Just let me off the hook for this time.
Huh? You've got to be kidding me. Not to mention fraud. I'm also going to sue you for destruction of property. And then, I'm going to charge you with theft because you kidnapped my parents' cat. How many more crimes have you committed?
Huh? That many? I did what I did to make my life better. You know that, right?
I don't know how you feel, but it's not nice to cheat people. And you've taken a lot of money from them. You should make good amends for that crime.
But it's going to be a long journey. I hope you'll let me off the hook for that. I didn't like what I did either.
You've been cheating a lot of people, but who are you to say otherwise? Anyway, you can tell them all the details at the police station. I'm afraid it's not my jurisdiction from there. You'll be interrogated by professionals.
Hey, I'm begging you again. Let me go. I'll do whatever you say.
Really? You'll really do anything I say?
Yes.
Then turn yourself in. Maybe you'll get off with a little less. Well, either way, the house you're in is surrounded by the police. You'll never get away with it anyway.
Are you kidding me? Are you saying there's no way out of this?
That's what I'm saying. I suggest you surrender yourself to the police. There's no escape now. I'm glad WhatsApp was useful.
Huh?
While we were texting, you were completely surrounded. The police said you'd send a text again, and I guess they were right. Maybe I should consider taking in your opinion?
What are you messing around with?
Well then, please be honest and tell them everything.
Huh? Wait a minute.
Later, the fraud group was arrested in a nearby house that Jack and his group were using as their hideout. A computer in their hideout was confiscated, and upon closer examination, the total amount of damage exceeded $2 billion. How many people have they deceived? Sometimes, they must have used deceased relatives or spouses like mine as a pretext to steal money from them. I can never forgive them, and I hope they will be given the appropriate punishment. I am sure that my husband in heaven is happy that the matter is now settled. I wish I could hear his voice directly. But since my husband is watching over me from heaven, I would like to fulfill my duty as a police officer with peace of mind.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!